Hey guys, welcome to today's video where we're going to touch base on yet another use case for ChatGPT. Yesterday we released a video where we showed two use cases where we can basically create single responses from ChatGPT along with using ChatGPT as your AI assistant, basically having a real conversation with the user. So if you have not watched that video, do press the link above and then you will be able to see exactly how to set that up. In today's video, we're going to touch base on yet another use case for ChatGPT, but that use case is to allow ChatGPT to answer your business related questions. And this is actually pretty simple to do. Although we cannot train the ChatGPT model directly by fine-tuning it, we can do a little bit of a workaround by combining OpenAI embedding and then pass over the matched embed text over towards ChatGPT for responding towards the user. So how does this work? First of all, we will have a really simple question, as you can see here. Question can be saved in any kind of custom field that you like to. I just have a really simple use case. What can I help you with today? First name. Once the user has typed in their question, then we are going with an action step and we are going with the OpenAI embedding match action. Inside, there's nothing really special, as you can see here. We're just going with the action embedding match because we want to see if we can find a match with the embedding. We are going to set the minimum score towards 0.8. So that should be high enough to get a proper embed match. And if so, we're going towards the next step. Inside of this action, we're having the input as question. Because the response from the user is saved inside this question, you could also go with the system field last text input. That is totally up to you. And then if we test the request, we are going to see if OpenAI can find an embed match. As you can see here, the test value was, do you do coaching, right? As you can see here, the test value was, do you do coaching? And then we will see that we have a proper embed match with the heading of coaching and then a reply. The score is above 0.8, which is good, which should be high enough to really find an appropriate match. And the only thing that we need to map now is the text. So we are going to map this text towards a custom field of our own liking. I mapped it towards OpenAI underscore embed underscore text. That is my custom field. And then I press add. It will then show up under the JSON path below. If we go with save, the next step would be to create a custom field where we set the command for ChatGPT. Inside this set a variable, I just have a random text custom field called response. And the input value is create a variation of this OpenAI embed text. So the reason why I'm doing this is I'm creating a command for ChatGPT to generate a variation of the embed text that is matched with the user's question. In the next step, you will see that we are going with a create chat completion step. So we're going to pass over this custom field to ChatGPT and give this command. Inside the action, you will see that we have a messages. And the only thing inside of messages is that response custom field, because if you remember from the previous step inside this action block, we just set up the command there. So create a variation of the matched embed text. I increased the tokens for me to 500 tokens to give ChatGPT enough room to come up with a proper reply. And I left everything at default as is. At the bottom, I mapped a certain response that we get back. As you can see here, it's $.choices and then 0 between brackets .message.content, and I mapped that towards the custom field OpenAI response. Inside the next step, I'm just going to forward this reply towards the user. So also let's add in a little bit of typing to simulate a real conversation, right? So let's go with this. Let's publish this and let's test this out. Let's ask a question, and I of course know my own embeds, so I will ask something that is related towards those embeds to make sure that we have a proper match. So let's go with something like, how do I contact you? And let's see if we get a variation and a result through ChatGPT. And you can see that it is already really fast. So in case you want to reach me, you have two options available. You can either send an email to my email or slide me a private message and then my message URL, my messenger URL. If we take a look at the embed itself, so let's go there, you will see that there is a variation of the response that I set up. So if I go towards integrations, OpenAI, and I take a look at contact, you will see that this is the message that I set up. So if you need to get in touch, you can do so by sending an email to, or by sending me a PM. And this is the result. This is the variation that ChatGPT gave me. So let's do it one more time. So let's go with something that I get asked a lot inside the chatbot. And that is users try to reach me through my own chatbot to get help with UChat related issues. So let's say I have an issue with UChat. Can you help me? So let's see if we can trigger that exact same embed and then come up with a proper reply. As you can see, ChatGPT just came up with the reply. So please note that this chatbot is not affiliated with UChat's official support channels. If you have any questions or concerns related to UChat, please contact their official support team through their website or other official channels. Thank you for your understanding. And if we take a look here, then you will see that I have an embed called UChat support, and this is the variation. Now I might be able to fine tune it to also include the links that I gave inside the proper embed itself, but you can see that ChatGPT gives a variation of the found embed, and there are quite a few advantages in using ChatGPT to give the variation of the reply of the embed over the OpenAI embedding and match completion. Because the first one will be that ChatGPT completion is much cheaper than that of OpenAI itself. So it's about 10 times cheaper over the GPT-3 models, which OpenAI embedding is replying with, right? So the embedding match is done with an ADA model and the replying is done through a GPT-3 model, I believe. So ChatGPT completion, so the chat completion is much cheaper than the OpenAI embedding completion. So that is a real good advantage as well. And the second advantage is that ChatGPT gives it in a far more conversational reply as well. So although I try to come up with embeds that are already a little bit conversational, ChatGPT will be able to make it even more conversational. And as you can see with the replies given. So for the first reply, we have, or slide me a private message ad, right? Not something that I would come up with when really talking with users that way. But you will see that ChatGPT is able to do this in a really good conversational way, along with the second answer about UChat related support. So this is the way that you can use ChatGPT on how to answer your business related questions. You don't have to store the chat history in order for ChatGPT to understand what it needs to reply with. You just go with a single action block to see if an embed match can be found. If yes, and the score is high enough, you can allow ChatGPT to come up with basically a variation of the found embed text and send that towards the user. A really simple setup, as you can see, just a few nodes. Basically just 1, 2, 3, 4 nodes that handle that entire process for you. So if you like this video, do consider dropping a like because it will really help us out. And if you have any questions, do let us know and we will be here trying to assist you in resolving those issues. For now, have a great day, have a great weekend, take care and talk soon.